The Commando is one of the most intriguing characters within Hogs of War, as it sits as a middle rank between the main classes and the elite pigs. However, its original concept was primarily focused on the effectiveness of range and movement during battle, and as you've guessed by now, the older version of Hogs is extremely slow. Gameplay is slow, everything is just really damn slow. The Commando's initial concept gave it 65 health, which coincidentally is the same default health for the Paratrooper in multiplayer. Armed with a knife, some grenades, a machine gun and ×3 bazookas, it doesn't exactly stand out as anything special. What the Commando did have though was a grappling hook, which it could use to climb up onto the roofs of buildings so long as they were still intact. The grappling hook would be fired in a similar way to the bazooka, with wind affecting the flight of the projectile. The range of this item would be very limited though, which would mean that the Commando would have to be standing next to the building to actually begin climbing. Once on the rooftop, the Commando had a significant height advantage over the battlefield, where he could then choose to protect the building or simply destroy it using his grenades. Other notable details regarding this design of the Commando: they were capable of swimming across water at half their movement rate without taking any damage, which is pretty much the same as today. They were immune to the effects of poison gas, and Commandos were also not as badly affected by smoke as other units, as their weapon range was only reduced by a third. As you've probably noticed from the gameplay already, the devs never actually added in the grappling hook as an item into the game. You can also see that the Commando appears to have a coloured ski mask similar to the Paratrooper once again. The team also did not stick with the original concept when it came to weaponry, with the Commando being given both a regular and super airburst. Interestingly, the early concept art for the Commando appears to include those early weapon concepts. The first one doesn't exactly look like the Commando as we know it to be today, but he's holding a machine gun, he has a knife, and as you can see, the attached grappling hook is behind him. Meanwhile, this piece of artwork obviously looks more like the Commando, who once again has a knife, some grenades, and a visible grappling hook. In fact, I like this work so much that I ended up changing my channel banner. This piece and the ones you've seen in the channel banner were created by John Taylor, whose work will be linked in the description, which I highly recommend you check out. So it seems that speed was ultimately the dividing factor between the earliest version of Hogs and its final release. How much you could maneuver during any given turn would have played a big part during gameplay, with the Commando having a large automatic advantage over other classes. This idea of speed being of vital importance during battle eventually evolved into each class being designated a specific running speed, whose percentage increases as the player upgrades their pigs. Today, the Commando still sits as being one of the fastest pigs in the game, but that's all that really remains when it comes to maneuverability. In terms of weaponry, the knife and machine gun are all that remains from its original concept, and the idea of using a grappling hook was pretty much scrapped not long after Hogs began its development. But what do you think about the old version of the Commando? Do you think it could match up against the current version of the Commando in today's game? Let me know your thoughts and everything in between as always in the comments. Let's get a discussion going as we always do. And of course, if you're new to the channel, then welcome. Please do join the Hogs of War Discord, which is in the description. We recently made it to 300 members in the Discord and almost at 100 members on the Reddit group, so plenty of milestones being hit, including the channel and how much it's growing as well, which is awesome to see. But I hope you guys are well, and I hope you're not going too crazy during these times of lockdown and intense heat. It's very warm here in the UK right now. I am sweating while doing this commentary, so in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later for the next one.
Destination going